So I've been watching this show on Netflix. I feel like the biggest hypocrite in the world. I'm not paying for it. I've already said it's on somebody else's account. They tuned into it while they were here visiting, and it's still on my TV. So like once a month or something, I'll go and see if something to watch. And oh my gosh, I can't. Well, I did what. That's how I did watch that documentary about Jim Carrey making the Andy Man in the Moon movie. I saw that on there, but so when I went on and watched that, that is when I saw this new show. I think it's brand new. Well, I don't know. Maybe it's a couple years old. I never knew of it or heard of it, but I really, really like it a lot. And it's called Queen's Gambit. I'm not really sure what the programming indoctrination is that they're trying to show because I'm so caught up in other parts of it. So I'm not really paying attention. I like the style because it's supposed to be the like the 60s, but they also do it in that style. I just really I like the style. I like the music. I love this girl. And so the things that are super cool about it is one of the things they show is this little girl being an orphan and how she could overcome, she finding an interest in something that it just seems to be natural for her. I guess there's these prodigies or something. I didn't ever know that much about chess. I always found it really interesting, but when somebody would sit me down and try and teach me and start explaining it, it was just like, what? I never, it just, it's like the same thing if somebody tries to tell me about math. It's just like, but I could go and sit and try and tell somebody else about art and they would have no idea. So we all have different things that we understand. So anyways, in this, this little girl has a, what is that word? Anyway, she can do it. I can hear the word. I just can't get my mouth to do it. And so, she, was orphan back in the 60s, and it shows a lot about orphanages. It shows about, oh my God, there's stuff that is like, for a long while, they just drugged all the kids. Like actually gave them tranquilizers. Oh my God. And it shows so much in this show about, the moms all had to have their mama's little helper, and they're all a bunch of drunks drinking their martinis. It's realistic. Swear to God, it is. And oh my God, she is so mental. Oh God. So, I like how that it shows like her overcoming, and becoming good at something. And it shows her really learning as a child, not just about chess, but about, kind of how to behave. I think she's kind of a little bit of a sociopath. Maybe that is the part they're trying to, get us to accept sociopaths or something. It's like, okay, you can be a sociopath, but just don't go around murdering. But she definitely seems to be a little, obsessed and, like she has to watch people, how they react to understand emotions or something. But, that can happen when you have tragedy at a young age. You turn off your emotions, protect yourself, and then you have to, reset. You have to go out and find those. That's part of the healing. But so, in this, she does come across as a bit of a sociopath. She's very protected, very guarded with herself. But she has, core wounds from when she was super young of loss and abandonment. Oh my gosh. So, hold on. Stella, come on. Come on now. This is kind of bullshit. What they do with this door shut. Hurry up. I am busy doing something. Move it. Yeah, sometimes they just want me to come to the door just so I can come out. Like they want to, like, it's kind of like kids yelling, hey, come here and look, come here and look. And I go to the door and open it, and then they're just like, turn and look, like they're pointing at, like, look. It's like, I don't see a fucking thing. Which I'm still so weirded out about that weird supernatural thing that was up in the sky that day. I've been watching and watching. Nothing has come back like that again. I swear to God, it was Mothman. And anyways, so she has like difficult relationships. She has difficulty. She's just very interesting to watch her. For me, I don't know if she would be for everybody. I find her fascinating. But I'm like psychoanalyzing her. But the other thing that I think is super cool too is that they show her, like when she is looking at chess moves and stuff, she goes like into a meditation kind of, and she looks up at the sky, and they show her all these different moves, and that helps her to master chess. Like she can outmove everybody, but she goes into this other space where she is watching something show her moves. Like you can take it as you want. You think like, oh, okay, so she has all these just stored in her brain and she's projecting them up and watching them all play out. Or she's tapped in to something higher than self and it is showing her. So then you could take that as, okay, so that's good. That's good energy. They're showing her how to do all these moves. She's making money off of it. Her ego, woo, it's getting big. And she is kind of like exploiting this, if you want to look at it as a gift or whatever. And so when she is doing all that, then you could say, well, is it good? Is that really good for her? Well, then if you think of it from the healing perspective and stuff, then you can see like, yeah, you would grow a lot if you opened yourself up to that information. But there's like this good side, but there's this bad side because it's like her ego is huge. She can't develop relationships really. She is very isolated. She's alone. It's the thing that she didn't want, but then she's just like trapped there. And, so there's always like this counterweight of bad. Like anything you think like, oh, this is good, then there's always this counterweight of bad. It's always that's why you've got to find all this balance all the time. But that's the thing is to start, like when you can start recognizing there is no good, you have to have both. So even the bad stuff that's playing out right now has a good counterweight because it all has to come to some sort of balance. Nothing can just be all bad. There's another aspect. So the aspect is to balance out what it is, however you identify it, good or bad. And so I think it's really cool because that is how you tap in. Like I've told you, they'll show me stuff. I have no idea. I don't have like some file cabinet in my brain of stuff I don't know. They show you stuff you don't know. And they're always there. You can tap into it. And like I've said, you can be tapping into good. Most people are tapping into bad and are clueless. They have no idea. And they're so tapped into, it is being very tapped into the matrix. It's being very tapped into three-dimensional life. They are, they're super tapped into that. And, but this is all about the awakening, But I just think it's super cool. And the other thing that I'm just so much enjoying about this show is like understanding about chess and about why they want to play each other. And it's very fascinating. But it just puts that other little, a little bit of knowledge to what's actually going on between the white hats and the black hats, and this masterful chess game, and the moves and stuff, and the strategy behind it and stuff. So it's really it's very cool. And I had heard before Trump is a master chess player. So anyways, it's super cool show. If you're interested in watching it, I am totally enjoying it. It's a short series or something, a mini or something like that. So it's only this one season, and it's only 7 episodes. The episodes are pretty long, but they're really, really good. They are, like, each time one ends, it's like, oh man, already? So it's not tedious. It's always going. But this girl is, she's an oddball, and I'm curious to see how it's going to play out. I'm almost to the end. And, but anyways, I like how on shows that they do show some of the stuff. It's just people who don't understand what's going on have no idea. I'm not sure. If my daughter was watching it, they would just think like, oh, she's just read these moves and now she's envisioning it in her head and playing the moves so she can practice them, you know? And okay, that's one perception. And my perspective is that she's being shown, she's tapping into something outside of herself, and it's giving her knowledge beyond what she has the capabilities of knowing right here, right now. And it is, it's, you know, it's kind of creating her path in life. And it does have to do with following your desires, and your path will open up. You will begin to see where you're supposed to go. And, you know, you can see, like, she's got so many lessons that she is learning from the stuff that's happening. And that's what life's all about. And so it's just, I think it's important for us to just start stepping back and seeing there's no good or bad. It all has both sides. Everyone's here just to have an experience. Everyone's trying to learn. And yeah, there could be some people that we think are just completely stupid and they haven't learned and they just keep doing the same stuff year or life after life after life. And they can seem really locked in. But, you know, you never know. This could be the life that they leave that incarnation. They go and they look over it and they're like, oh, something clicks, you know, and they go in and they do it better the next time, you know. I don't know. You got forever to keep trying. So anyways, have a good day, and I will talk to you later. But I recommend this show. Bye.